Good morning. I haven't done this for ages. It's Mark's favourite. Come on, come along with me. Good morning, good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning to you and you and you.
Who sang
and
that
you
originally?
And you. Oh, I don't know.
I remember seeing the clip.
Somebody will know. Come on, guys.
Is it Gene Kelly? I think
No, it won't be Gene Kelly. It was a woman.
No, I think
Who's the one that was always with Grace Kelly? No, Gene Kelly and Clodagh Rogers.
Clodagh Rogers. No, that was Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers.
Who was it? Oh, you know who it might be? Whip crack away, whip crack away, whip crack away.
Let's see.
Who sang that?
Who sang Good Morning?
Good morning.
Who do you think? I think Gene
We
Wilder.
danced the whole way through. Good. It is Gene. No, not Gene Wilder. He's a comedian.
No, who was not Gene Wilder? Oh God, what's his name? The tap dancer in
Yeah,
Gene Kelly.
Gene Kelly and Doris Day. Whip crack away, whip crack away, whip crack away.
Who sang it?
Whip crack away, whip crack away, whip crack away.
Oh no, it's Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney.
Ooh.
Good morning. Yeah,
Good
there it is.
morning.
Yes. Oh no,
We
Singing in the
danced.
Rain as well.
Do you think
Gene Kelly?
would we get turned off by YouTube if we played it at blast?
Yeah.
Oh, what a
Gene
shame.
Kelly, Judy. I love Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney. I remember those films
Judy
at my nan's.
Garland, just
but
terrible
they'd always
out
be running
here.
through a barn, putting on a show.
Yeah, putting on a show, putting on a show. Anyway, Mark, hey, if you're new to this little foray, or just want to speak to Kiki, Madam for a sec.
Singing in the Rain, Nicky Hughes, Doris Day. I'm just looking at the footage on YouTube. Yeah, it's Gene Kelly. Oh, not Mickey Rooney, but look, who's the name of that guy? What was the name of that guy? The funny one. What was the one where he said he sang a song about a halfpence or a halfpenny, something in a halfpenny?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you know what's really weird about him? Who's he? Who's this dude here?
Oh, I don't know. I've never known his name. It was a shame because he was a great talent.
And he was a
but
great
he was always in
actor.
the background.
Because he wasn't a great looker.
No. He was a brilliant dancer.
One of the-
Mickey Rooney?
No, that's not Mickey Rooney. One of the strangest things that really takes me back to my childhood, Tommy Steele. That's it.
We're singing
That's
in
not
the
Tommy Steele.
rain. Of course it is.
It's Gene Kelly singing in the rain.
Oh, no, but Tommy Steele did it on...
No, he didn't.
No, he did it on stage. He did it on stage. He did, Mark. Tell him.
I think everyone's done it on stage. No one's thinking about the stage version when you do Singing in the Rain.
Oh,
That's a Western.
I love that.
That's a Western.
Anyway, we have completely digressed.
Digressed. We didn't start something to digress from.
Tommy Steele did do it on stage. Thank you, Stuart. Jim.
I know, but that's not what we think of when you sing Singing in the Rain.
Because I saw him on stage, didn't
Gene
he?
Kelly. I love Gene Kelly. I thought he was so cool.
Yeah, he was. He was so gorgeous as well. I loved what Ginger Rogers said. She said I did everything he did, but backwards on heels.
No, she was talking about Fred Astaire.
Oh.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, the thing is, we didn't know we were going to be talking about this. This is why we don't know what we're bloody talking about.
I know a bit more than you do. What I remember so vividly about my childhood was back in the day was whenever I hear that really bad quality audio sound and sort of generic music from a Mickey Rooney film, it takes me fast back to my childhood in the bungalow.
Of course it does, because that's when we were watching
The
it.
sound of those films. Now, it's really important that we get these 2 birthdays done before we get going because we are so upset that we forgot to do them yesterday.
We felt so bad.
As soon as we
Reece.
stopped, Reese Roberts
Reece,
and Teresa Hobbs.
Reece, we were looking for a message where we could just send you
couldn't
one because
find
we
one.
felt so bad.
So this is for you, Reese. Happy birthday, happy
Birthday,
birthday, happy
happy
birthday, Reese,
birthday.
happy birthday,
Happy birthday to you and you and you and you and you and you
Reese,
and you,
Reese, and
Reese.
Teresa Hobbs.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Teresa. Happy birthday to you.
Teresa.
And anybody else will sing at the end. It's just we really didn't want to forget those 2 people because Mark tends to go very quickly at the end and cut us off before we've said our goodbyes.
Because we're rushing. Sorry, yeah, it's usually because we're rushing off.
So maybe when you see us, whenever you see us winding up, shout at us, birthdays, because we
There's
do
always
forget.
a bit of a delay, though, isn't there?
Happy tossing days, Sarah Witherington.
Have you tossed yet? You have, actually.
I have, actually, yeah,
she's
I
tossed.
did. I've tossed, and I tossed last night. You'll have to check out my Instagram
wasn't
later.
there.
Dina and I tried to do vegan Japanese, the big souffle pancakes, and oh my God, it's the most massive fail.
What is a crepe?
Dina said, do you think we ought to post it? And I went, absolutely, because we are not chefs. We are people that muck it up all the time. But I am going to have a go at those Japanese ones.
What are crepes? What's the difference?
A crepe is always thin. A pancake is thick.
That's not true.
It is.
A pancake that I remember was always thin and lacy.
But we called them that. But I'm talking about in, culinary language, a crepe is a thin pancake.
Why do they say it like that?
Because they are French. And they also
sound like they're vomiting.
They also say lemon. And they also say sugar.
I think the simplest pancake is the best. Thin, lemon, which I hate traditionally, with one lemon pip. There's always got to be one lemon pip that kind of gets in the way. And a huge layering of sugar that you see soak into the lemon.
Yum. So we are going to be talking about pancakes. We're going to be talking about just the new lingo of young people. And I really want to talk about stay-at-home girlfriends as well. And I think first, should we talk about Nicola and then we'll move on to pancakes? So we can sort of just...
Well, I was just thinking, because of course yesterday there was a tragedy that a body had been found. Today, last night, there was the confirmation, sadly, that it was Nicola Bulley. But what I thought was most notable about it, lots of people, there's been too much speculation, there's been too much privacy invaded. Obviously, people are talking about it, but there's a difference between that.
Natural.
But there are also people who pruriently have been trying to sort of see the crime scene. It's just horrendous.
I mean, people in the local caravan park had to get security. And, the part of the statement yesterday that really broke my heart was when they said, we're going to have to explain to the girls why their father, I'm not even going to say it, I'm not even going to repeat it here, but the accusations that were made against the dad.
Yeah.
It's just awful. I mean, I understand it is human nature to be curious. And, we've talked about it over the days here, haven't we? In a very respectful way, you guys as well. Nobody's crossed that line. But I do think there is a case to be answered here. I really do. And I think the fact that certain news agents...
Sky News walked the route. What's the difference between that and people wanting to get over a bridge, in a sense?
Sky News repeated it after that statement. They kept going on and on about it. And,
Well, just to clarify what was in the statement, in case people didn't
Yes.
hear the full statement, obviously the police gave a statement on behalf of the family, but one part of that statement did single out ITV and Sky News. And when we watched it, it was on Sky News, which is curious.
And Sky News had to keep repeating it.
Yeah.
And thank God they didn't edit it like some of the newspapers did today.
Well, so let me read the statement. The statement said, they again have taken it upon themselves, ITV and Sky News have taken it upon themselves to run stories, to sell papers and increase their profits. It's shameful. They've acted in this way. Leave us alone. Do the press and other media channels not know when to stop? The statement concluded, finally, Nikki, you're no longer a missing person. You've been found. We can let you rest now. We love you, always have and always will. We'll take it from there. And
that bit really made upset me. You are no longer a missing person.
Yeah.
I mean, just settle with that for a second. That was just... It was just so lovely.
But that goes back to this idea that having some kind of narrative conclusion is so crucial to the families of the victims. Tez, I just want to read what Tez said, because it's a very simple statement and it entirely chimes with what my worry is. We are living in no heart at all times.
That makes me cry.
I think you're right. There seems to have been a layer of barbarism that's crept into life where it's less about even knowing it's wrong and doing it. It's about not even knowing it's wrong.
Exactly. We're a lack of moral compass.
That's the bit that worries me.
But the thing is, what's like I said, we're always going to be curious, and of course, the press and attention is very important as well when there's a missing person. There's a lot of families of missing people that would love the press to take their story so that people are aware. So it's always important, and that should never. But it's about balance. But what it feels like this time is because of this uprising on certain social media platforms, the TikToker investigators and all this, that it almost felt like a race. And the race became about the people in the race rather than the people that were involved in this absolute tragedy. And so that the mission, which is obviously you want to raise awareness, and so people are looking out and seeing and all of that, but the moral compass seems to have gone, the dial's just gone. And, the fact that they were approached after they knew, they
mentioned the fact that Sky News and ITV News phoned them directly straight afterwards. And they're basically saying, just leave us alone.
Leave us alone. And then just the last thing on this, despicable, those newspapers that have edited out the bit where the family criticised the media.
Oh yes, certain.
Now, I
certain
can't say
papers.
who it is because I heard it just briefly on the radio, so I don't want to say it and name the wrong newspaper.
And going back to this
God
thing
almighty.
going back to this, the press censoring a criticism of the
And,
press.
and constantly saying, there was something on the radio today, and they were talking about the Levinson inquiry and what was supposed to have achieved then, and how there's not been any real inquiries. Then you get another editor from a newspaper saying, but we must have freedom of the press. And then you have the press censoring the bits that they don't like. Well, what is it?
Yeah.
Are we censored or are we not censored?
Actually, the case was handled incorrectly. The newspapers and the news always twist the knife. It's disgusting. Absolutely true. I mean, one of the things to bear in mind, final thing on this, is it is about balance because, of course, it's the unholy kind of relationship with the press, isn't it? So on the one hand, for example, they appeared in a Channel 5 documentary, appealing, talking about the situation. I think so there's a need to harness the press.
Exactly.
People talking about it, people calling out the sort of conspiracy theorists and all that kind of stuff and saying it's not right. That's something else. So it's important to say there's a lot of good. There's a lot of obviously normal curiosity and empathy, which is okay to be expressed. But I think for me, what's key about this is you just have to respect the family's decisions when they step towards the press.
When they say that's it now.
They step towards the press, and when they step back, they step back.
Yeah.
And
so for us too, this will be the last time that we
Yeah.
talk about it. So
Okay, I just want to, sticking with this, just with the social media thing. This story just literally came through on my sort of Hollywood PA wire news thingy. BBC had to take down a story that it ran about Will Ferrell. It was pivoting around comments about football. You know, his mate Ryan Reynolds. They own a part of Wrexham Football Club. Will Ferrell's been seen in the UK going to football matches, and the actual details of the story aren't entirely dramatic, but it was about mocking Sunderland fans and all that kind of stuff, and the BBC reported it. But what's interesting is the BBC had to pull down this story about Will Ferrell because it was posted, whatever Will Ferrell said about QPR or Sunderland, was posted from a Will Ferrell Twitter account with a tick. Because Elon Musk, in his great wisdom, has allowed people to now buy ticks. So what happens is people are buying ticks, setting up as celebrities, and then the BBC have already tripped into thinking this is an actual statement. I mean,
what? The whole point of the blue tick is to be able to separate.
Verify.
Yeah, to verify. So if anyone can buy one.
I don't understand why you have a blue tick at all.
It's like Elon Musk what's that silly car he does?
Tesla.
It's like he's put his foot to the floor of the Tesla and he's just
And
driving
crashed.
Twitter
And
into
it's
the
crashed.
wall.
So many Teslas do crash.
It's
weird.
Crazy.
Anyway,
so be mindful
Yeah.
when you're looking at accounts with a tick now on Twitter, because it doesn't mean
Diddly-doo-doo.
that they are necessarily the person.
No.
Don't
Okay.
get taken in, because you know what will happen next. There'll be big scams and stuff next.
Yeah.
But dangerous, yeah.
HRT, important news, come out today. It's not in the title, but it is important news.
Yeah, can you just get the thing up?
Yeah, can you
Because
start talking?
I
'Cause
just
haven't
can't
got it.
remember
Hang on.
whether it's actually happened yet. So at the moment, if you are taking HRT, it can cost you in prescriptions up to £205 a year. But now, is it happened or is it happening? So they are now saying that you can have a prescription, I think, for the whole year, and that would be 20 quid. So that's good news. Could save 400,000 women up to £205 a year. So, little teeny, eeny, beeny, little tiny steps.
So essentially, it's now over-the-counter available as if you get a prescription. So most people could probably phone their doctors and now get a. Presumably, are we now going to have a shortage of HRT?
No, it's not over the counter.
Not over the counter. No, sorry, I didn't mean
Yeah.
over the counter. With a prescription, you can go into a pharmacy and get it essentially over the counter. In a
Yes,
pharmacy.
but still not testosterone.
Right.
And testosterone is extremely expensive. They are supposed to prescribe testosterone, but most doctors, well, a lot of doctors won't. I mean, our doctor won't. Our doctor won't let me have testosterone.
So is
pay for
being
it.
on HRT without the test, and incidentally and importantly, and I saw a few comments come through recently, and I didn't know the exact context. I think it might have been the live you did around HRT. In suggesting HRT, can I just clarify, you're not suggesting it's right for everyone?
No, because I'm not a doctor.
No,
You
I
always
know,
have
but I
to
think a
see
few
'em.
people were saying in terms of the promotion of HRT that, you know, it's not a sort of panacea for everyone who's struggling with menopause. I mean, it's not the only solution, because there were a few comments came through saying, you know, lots of sort of famous people are saying HRT, and a lot of people can't get it, and then they feel that they're falling short of it, and what have you.
Well, there are some people that can't use it, yeah, and there
Yeah.
are some people that don't assimilate it.
All right.
But I think I'm right in saying that the majority of people it will work. And
Right.
and the thing is, I really passionately believe that everyone should have the conversation with
the
their
right.
doctor.
The right.
Yeah.
The
Well, they
right.
do, everyone does have the right.
Well, they don't,
But
because they can't afford it.
Well, no, I'm talking about estrogen and progesterone.
Right.
Testosterone is an extra, and you should demand it because it is. You are supposed to be allowed to have it.
Right.
So
There's something called a prepayment certificate they're going to have.
yeah,
for
so
this.
that you can get
So can I just ask, if you don't have testosterone and you do have, what are the other two? Estrogen and progesterone. Is it like driving a car with 3 wheels without the testosterone?
Well, again, just from what my menopause doctor has told me, because I'm a Z-list TV presenter, you know, but she says, you know, you need there's 3 vital hormones that we need. She goes, but these were her exact words, I'm quoting her. Dr. Louise Newson, she said, there's some bright spark, decided we'll only give women 2.
Right.
And she said, I wonder if that was a man.
Right.
So now testosterone doesn't work for everybody, topical testosterone, I know that. So it's not like every single person that uses testosterone, it helps their libido, helps their brain fog, but it is your right to have it.
Right, Ellen, some women can't take it, some women don't want to.
Yeah,
but thank you,
exactly.
Nadia, for the publicity.
Yeah.
Julie Evans,
Well,
very
no,
sweet.
I wouldn't say it's publicity. It's just awareness.
Right.
Because it doesn't make any difference to me
Yeah.
whether anybody takes HRT or not. I suppose I've had a really good experience from it. Not totally smooth, I have to say. I've had real problems with my progesterone. But because I've had a good experience with it, I share that just in case somebody else is struggling in the way that I was, with feeling very down, very anxious, brain fog, all these things. You know, have been helped enormously. So, yeah, just sharing.
Yeah. Okay, stay-at-home girlfriends. This is an interesting story. And having read this, I tell you what I was put in mind of. Is this something... Oh, can't access the bloody story. Oh, that's annoying.
Okay.
You
Well,
see, on
first of
your-
all, we're going to do one of our little jumps about.
Oh, no, here it is. I've got it. Well,
Okay, well, let's go with it then.
It won't allow us. But I mean, the gist of it is such.
have it.
For me, Rising Stay-at-Home Girlfriends feels like a step back for feminism. And for me, this is like a story about surrendered. I was reminded of surrendered wives.
Yeah. So so basically,
This is a trend, isn't it?
this is a trend on TikTok, okay? And there's all sorts of hashtags for it and everything. And the problem with it is that this is a lot of influencers, young influencers.
Who are
have
actually making money from this.
Yeah, but hang on, wait for that bit, because they have extraordinary lifestyles. And how it's set up is, you know, I'm juicing my juices and I'm doing a bit of light housework and I'm looking after my boyfriend, and I go with my boyfriend wherever he goes so that I can be there for his needs.
To dab his brow.
To dab his brow, to make him a sandwich,
To toss a
tell him
pancake?
he's fantastic, whatever. It's like a surrendered wife. Do you remember the face that years ago? But it's like a girlfriend, and it's like, oh, you know, why shouldn't I? I love my boyfriend, I want to stay at home, all of this sort of stuff. But when you dig into what these girls, what the reality of this is that they're earning a lot of money as influencers.
Yeah, and that's the part of it that worries me, is that they're...
So there are a lot of... I was talking to somebody the other day who's at university doing economics, isn't it? And she said there are people on her course at university doing economics saying what they really want is to be a stay-at-home girlfriend, wife, because they want to be looked after.
Yeah.
So we can just dismiss trends like this, but I think we always make a mistake when we do, because you have to expect. We forget that young people can be easily influenced. Look at the Andrew Potato situation that we've got.
Sophie Clement Shaw, so it's a business. Absolutely, it's a business. And I think the aspect of this is obviously, lots of people, lots of people on social media, it's part of their business plan. It's part of their, their structure of how they living and what they have.
Entrepreneurs.
But they're entrepreneurs. But what I think is troubling about this is they're doing it by promoting a certain lifestyle that other people who aren't influencers and will never become influencers aspire to. And I think that's the danger, isn't it? That's the part of it that's a little bit worrying, because it starts to, so
because what you're
trickles
doing
down.
Is you're selling a lifestyle that people will not get. Like here, look. So this is one of the posts. Rodney has, hang on. I'm going to look into the people doing the spoofs, because the spoofs are great. So you've got they've got the beautiful apartment. They're going off to Dubai. He gives in one of the posts, her boyfriend gives her a pile of notes to pay off her credit card. I mean, it's obscene, isn't it? But there are some spoofs set up now. And one of them is a girl, my boyfriend goes out. So she goes, G. McGwee is the girl, if you want to follow her. Shows a woman whose boyfriend, Rodney, has locked her in an apartment and left her a little white pill for her to take.
It's a little bit...
So the spoofs, we need to push the spoofs.
Yeah.
Because...
It's a little bit don't worry, darling, isn't it?
Yeah, the problem is, if you decide that you are from that age...
Hang on one sec, we've just had a call and we've gone out of sync. I'm just going to try and pop us back into sync. I just had a call come in, it knocked us out of sync, so...
As adult women know that if you are going to rely completely on a man for your finances, or the other way round, what are you going to do if he walks out the door? And also, the other thing I don't like about it, and I'm glad they mentioned this in this article, is that the stay-at-home girlfriend also demeans the stay-at-home mum who is doing a really hard job. The stay-at-home mum looking after the kids and running the house, we all know, is a job that is beyond any job. It's the hardest bloody job. And I have huge respect for women, or all men, either can do it, who stay at home. And this, patting around and dusting and being a stay-at-home girlfriend is not a reality. So,
Lee Darrant, TikTok's dangerous. Real life isn't like that. We shouldn't promote women staying at home. Men could stay at home too. Youngsters are just going to lead to believe women should stay at home. Yeah, I think the worry with it is that disingenuously, whilst running a business, they're essentially saying they're not running a business, and they're encouraging other people who couldn't run a business that way to, essentially sacrifice themselves. So I think it's interesting. We live in curious times.
I really don't like. It's funny because I do watch the Kardashians, and I do love looking into that window of another life that is just so beyond us. But I really don't like this. I just worry so much about young people seeing this enormous just wealth all the time, this showing off of it. It just makes me feel sick. And on that, I want to recommend this guy. I posted him on my story today. He does a brilliant Instagram versus reality piss take of people showing off their wealth. And he is at SHABAZ. Shabazz says. He's so funny. You have to watch it, and it doesn't half put things into.
But isn't that ultimately what the Kardashians do?
Yes.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
But I'm an old bag, and I know
you're an old
that's
bag.
not
that was a really odd segue.
But that's not going to be my life. Do you know what I mean? Young people, and it causes depression in young people because they think, I haven't got that. It's unattainable. I just know it's unattainable.
Well,
it's fine.
I'll tell you what is attainable, and this is some of the phrases that we roar with laughter in the evenings whilst watching Love Island. And part of me is wondering whether we should do a compilation of these phrases.
Oh, I'd love it.
I want to run through some of the phrases. Now, obviously, you don't have to...
Hang on, I want us to do one of these
we'll do
first.
it at the end. We'll do it at the end. You don't have to have watched Love Island to get any of these phrases. So any Love Island kind of, if you break out in hives at the phrase Love Island and feel the need to say, I can't stand it, don't worry, because it's not just about that. This is what youngsters are saying. This is what young adults, what are they called? What are we going to do after Gen Z? Are we going to go...
I still don't understand what Gen Z
hashtag
means.
Are we going to go to all the symbols that you go to when you have to pump your fucking password into Apple TV for the 80 millionth time? Okay, so here are some of the phrases that they use. And it is what it is it just is what it is.
It was so funny because yesterday I had this very big important meeting. It was like an hour and 15 minutes. And I kept saying connection and ticking my boxes. And I had to say to him, I'm really, God, as a 58-year-old woman, it's most of the time, I'm really sorry, but we're really deep into Love Island at the moment. And this vernacular has just, it's just gone in. It's like we've said, haven't we? Do they go in and they give them a list of all these things that they've got to say? Because I've never heard our girls saying one of these sentences. No, that's true. It's almost like the script to go into Love Island.
Yeah. So here's some of them. My head is scrambled.
My head is scrambled.
My head is scrambled. Like, I can't think. I mean, some of the conversations you listen to are so boring. It's ridiculous.
Where's your head at?
Where's your head at? On job. They love saying they're on job or telling each other to get on job. This means putting in the hours to form stronger connections. So if you're on job, you're pulling. You're in the process of pulling. Deeping it. Our girls use this. Probably heard one of the. I'm not deeping it. It's not that deep. It's about
really funny
not going deep.
Maddie says it a lot to Mark, don't deep it. And then he's tried to do it. And Maddie says, no, Dad, don't do it.
Yeah, no. Well, I always use it incorrectly. Back yourself. This is about having self-belief. Just back yourself, man. Yeah. Back yourself.
I like that.
Yeah, I quite like that. Gassed. I'm gassed.
Can I just say you sound about 110 years old?
Well, you read them. I'm sitting
there. No, I'm going to sound even older.
No, all right.
I'm going to sound. It's just we sound. No, we sound old.
Oh, well, you definitely said you sound old.
Well,
Gassed. Everything. Oh, flipping it.
Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason.
I mean, some of the things they say in there are so obvious.
He's ticking my boxes. Yeah.
There was one moment.
My head won't be turned.
There was an exchange at one point where one of them said, yeah, it's like I'm thinking about thinking. And I feel like we're thinking a bit too much about thinking. Misogyny, I haven't heard that in there, but we all know what misogyny is.
I've never heard them say the word misogyny.
Opening the salon.
Oh, that's having sex.
Does it?
Yeah.
Crystal clear. Opening the salon. Creative code for opening up for business. A manicure. I've heard this. What's a manicure?
That's having sex too.
Yeah, but it's a certain type of sex, isn't it?
I think so.
I think it is. It's a hand play or oral sex.
Oh.
A manicure. Window shopping, pretty obvious. That's kind of getting a little bit touchy-feely without the full commitment. Blow dry. I mean, what can this mean?
Do you think it means blow job?
We don't need to explain this one, do we? French tips. What do you think that means? What do you think French tips means?
Oh, I don't want to say.
A new set of acrylics. Oh.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Stop.
I've got to say it.
Don't say it, Mark.
Sexy time involving fingers.
Mark!
Has to be said.
That is terrible.
What's what they say? Full set. What does that mean?
Don't. Stop. Move on.
Pipettes or Bunsen burners. Oh. He spoke to the rest of the boys about their pipettes and Bunsen burners, how full they are every morning.
Oh, God almighty.
Bunda.
Well, I'm very glad that they're using code language. I just wish we hadn't had to break down the code.
Bundas. You've got a bunda. It's a good bum. The broken eagle.
Oh, no, don't say that one, because that one, I don't like that one. That's a horrible one.
The oyster. We're getting into Kama Sutra stuff here. This is what I don't understand. Exclusive.
Because it's so funny, because none of them are boyfriend and girlfriend yet, and they've all kicked off about the other ones kissing somebody. But I thought that didn't happen when you were talking to.
No, if you're exclusive.
Because you've got talking to, and then you've got, and then you've got, and then you have to go up all these different levels before you can say, what the hell are you doing? I say to the girls, you got to get there sooner than that. You got to get to what the hell are you doing after date one.
Yeah. What's your NVQ level? Apparently, NVQ1 means a sex act using hands. NVQ2 is oral sex, and NVQ3 is sex.
Right, that's enough.
The G. What does the G mean?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Okay, all right. Football code.
That's
what
enough.
Does that mean? All right, okay.
Oh, that's nice. Marge is slang for mum.
Why? If they're not called Marge.
Why don't you just call them mum?
Yeah, that's weird. Why there has to be another word for factor 50? Factor 50 is when someone tries way too hard to pull a girl.
Oh, that's good, because you can never move it around, can you, factor 50?
No, exactly.
These are great.
Mugged off. Pied off.
Yeah, that's
We've
not had connection there yet. All my head turned.
Connection. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Anyway, all right.
Anyway,
there's thousands of them.
There's thousands of them.
And none of them make any sense. And you wonder why they don't just... Oh. Okay, so what have you got? We're going to stop messing around with we've done pancakes, haven't we?
No, we haven't done pancakes.
Let's do pancakes.
So, pancakes. I just wanted to give you a few tips. Right, first, little trip down memory lane. My mum was amazing on pancake day.
Right.
And I've always done the same with our girls, which is I will stand here and keep making them until we've had enough. What was so lovely about my mum, she never did anything like that. She was never excessive, ever. She never bought an impromptu present. We weren't allowed ice cream for the ice cream van. We weren't allowed biscuits and sweets. But on pancake day, she would stand there until we'd had enough.
Really? What, like a pancake slave?
And it's exhausting cooking pancakes. So I've always done the same with our girls. But my mum used to do... my mum's an amazing cook, and she used to do these really, really special pancakes. And they were so delicious that you didn't need to put a thing on them, right? So what you do is you weigh your eggs in the shell. So if you want quite a lot of pancakes, 2 eggs.
Give us just the basic, because I was amazed this morning.
It's going to be so easy.
Yeah, because I was amazed this morning. Kiki's memory of pancakes was one of them was me.
Yeah, chucking them.
I chucking them around. I don't remember
because it was so unusual. So it's like a big memory because you always show off. So they loved it. Okay. Whereas I'll just get forgotten.
But what is the simplest recipe?
Right, can I just first finish
tell
this?
your mums,
which is this special recipe. Put 2 eggs on the thingy, and then you weigh out. So if the eggs weigh 100 grams, for instance, you then weigh equal amounts of sugar, caster, flour, plain, and butter.
Into the pancake mix.
Hang on a minute.
Sorry.
So you've got your measurements.
Yes.
Okay. So you measure your flour, you put it into the bowl. Okay. Then you've got to measure the eggs first, obviously, because you're weighing everything.
Hang on, we're going to have to do it again because that's cool. Wait, everyone wait. We should now be back in sync.
Okay, I'm just going to do this in one thing because we got broken up there a few times. So, on your scales, weigh 2 eggs. Put the eggs to one side. Okay, crack them into a jug, actually. Then, whatever those eggs weighed, let's say they weighed 100 grams. You weigh 100 grams of flour. You put them into the bowl. You weigh 100 grams of caster sugar. You put them into the bowl. Wait for it. You weigh 100 grams of butter. This is why it's delicious. And you melt the butter, okay? So put the eggs, so you've got your eggs, whisk them up, and then add up to about a half a pint of milk. You're going to need more, but just start with that.
Quite a lot, isn't it? Quite a lot of ingredients.
Yeah. So you pour it into the middle and you whisk, and then you add more milk until you've got this consistency. Mark's board chicken.
No, because someone's just suggested we should do a live pancake making later. I think that's quite a good idea. Okay, for the computer.
So you want it that consistency, so you keep adding the milk.
Right, okay.
Then you pour in the butter, which is now cooled. Okay, leaving a little bit to brush in your pan. And then a tablespoon of brandy.
God, bloody hell. Where did you put the tablespoon of brandy? That's not
brandy.
good for me.
So this is an old French recipe. Should we do a live? Should we make them?
Someone said, I don't know who it was, I think it's a great idea because you can have a go, show them actually how to do it, and I can hurl pancakes all over the kitchen.
But if you can't join us later, that's how you make those pancakes. And you pour them into the pan very thin, and you wait until the top of the pancake is dry and it gets little holes. Often the first pancake doesn't work, but that's cook's pleasure. So you stuff it in your mouth and eat it yourself.
And you eat the pancake.
You brush every time a little bit of butter. You keep the pan on medium, not high. And they are so delicious, you do not need to put a single thing on. So when you're going, oh, all that sugar, all that butter, you don't need anything else.
Yeah. See, I just want the simplest because I would like... I decided...
Okay, really simple.
Can I finish?
150 grams of flour, 325 mils of milk, 1 egg, 30 grams of butter.
Okay. Can I write that down again? I missed it all. I just want to be able to flip pancakes. I want to be able to make them for the girls as frequently as you. But you do the thick pancakes as well. Okay, pull up your. Let's judge how old we are and when we're going to die. We've got an exercise.
Right, Mark, go and stand over there. And guys, if you want to try this at home too.
Okay.
Right, cross your arms. Raise one leg.
How do I raise it?
Just like up against your knee, like a flamingo. Yeah.
Like that.
Cross. So you doing this, guys, at home? Cross your arms, raise one leg, close your eyes. Now you're holding this pose for 30 seconds. Close your eyes. So. I think you did. Okay, so here we go. If you got to 5 seconds,
You weren't counting.
your age, more or less, is 65. 6 to 10 seconds, 50 to 64.
I did about 15, didn't I, guys?
11 to 15 seconds, 40 to 49, so you're all right. 16 to 21 seconds, 35 to 39. 22 to 30, 30 to 34 years. And if you can do 30 seconds, you've got biological age of 30.
Okay, someone there time me, because I don't trust...
Right, hang on, who's going to time?
Someone time me, okay? Okay, I'm going to cross my arms.
And here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And now God, you're 105. Mark, no, you've stopped. That's it.
Okay,
You've got 5 seconds, which makes you 65.
It's that leg, look.
No, but that's the thing you're supposed to do on each leg. Oh, I'm not doing it.
Yes, you
I?
are.
Oh, God.
I'm 110.
Okay, ready?
And go. 1 elephant, 2. Your eyes aren't closed. Start again. Start again. Stop. Close your eyes and cross your arms.
Oh, I've got to cross my arm.
And go. 1 elephant, 2 elephant.
I'm 65.
4 seconds, 65.
Got to do something about that. Okay, right. Do you want another one?
Laura Lou says I'm 100 on one half and 40 on the other.
Okay, here's another one. Right, Mark, do this. Touch your nose with your finger.
That's it.
Right. Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Touch your nose, put your other hand through your arm and touch your ear. So you touch your nose, you put your arm through and you touch your ear.
What do I do?
And then you have to do it the other way.
Oh.
Oh, we can do it. The girl on Instagram could do it and she was young.
You'll go.
I just did it, loads.
Oh, all right. That was easy. What does that make me? That makes me 6 months old.
Loads of people couldn't do that. So 1, 2, 3. Apparently it's a good brain exercise.
It's a bit like this, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Can you do that? Can you still do that?
Go on, do it.
So you pat your head.
Pat your head and stroke your do your stomach now.
Oh.
Pat. Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, I can do it. Can you do it?
Yeah, I did it.
Okay.
All right, guys.
So, wait, don't go. We've got a birthday.
We've done the birthdays.
Julie.
No, she bought 5 memberships for people.
Oh, thanks,
Which I
Julie.
did say thank you at the time. Thank you again,
And
Julie.
guys, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss our surprise lives like we might do a pancake thing later. And if you haven't hit the notification bell, you won't know.
Ooh, that was weird. Beth Scammell, I've been put on ADHD meds yesterday. I'm scared to take them. One of the important things to know about ADHD meds is they're not a cumulative build. So whatever you've been prescribed, presumably it's been safely prescribed for you. If you were to take it and you didn't, and for whatever reasons it didn't, you didn't feel right or whatever, by not taking it tomorrow, it's not going to cause any chaos.
Yeah, and I get that. I mean, the first day I took mine, I was really nervous, and what I found, obviously you might be completely different. I felt like I was thinking about it too much, and then so you do feel it a bit in your body when you first start taking it. That I certainly did, and you would say that, wouldn't you? And other people I know. And then just try and just be active. Don't be sitting thinking about what is going to happen. That would be my advice. And yeah, you'll notice a difference within an hour or two. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, look, have a lovely day. See you for